of bread. And it's my son that comes and testifies to you, the emergency room doctor. And the reason why you're going to hear 2 doctors birthing at home is because he saw hundreds of births when he was a child. He didn't even go to school till high school. He was down for his first pick, and and you've heard him. He'll be here as soon as his shift's done. Now you wonder why a physician who married into a long line of physicians is choosing home birth. I'm not going to listen to this. I came all the way from Mokuokiawe, from the Big Island. It is very expensive. And it's a long bus ride, and a long bus ride to come back, and a long train ride back. But this is important. Not only do you not, we all know this is a sovereign island. And I first had to go and put my leg for Queen Liliuokalani. She is my queen. And she's my queen because she did not sign the treaty and she did not go to war. And because we shouldn't be here right now. And that your kuleana is as strong as my kuleana. My kuleana is to preserve traditional midwives. And teach. I teach Hawaiian midwives, I teach midwives. I work locally, nationally, and internationally. I just got back from Ecuador working with the traditional midwives. I was the first midwife that went in there and taught the physicians and the doctors of Greece. I've been all over the world. I still am all over the world. This issue of crossing out SD1 and changing it up, and then who's your director and who are the people. So I have a list of things that I want to go over with you that are very important, and I hope that you all write, and please don't ring any more bells because it will just distract you and make it go longer. It's my right to sit here and testify. So, in the lapse of this, first of all, I can tell you that I've done a study from Harvard that I can give it to you. They did a clinic study in Haiti on these traditional ways. Outstanding. There's no better statistics than traditional midwives. And traditional midwives also educate the certified professional midwives that do use the legend drugs. Let me also state that I'm not...
What's the title of your submission?
It just says intro beat and the time limit, but I'll put Clara Loprenzi at the top.
Do we have it?
No, you will. She already gave me a lecture for not bringing it, but that's okay. So you'll get it. I have all the points down. When you look at these legend drugs, I do want to state that I am not for midwives that do births at home. The certified professional midwife. I am the rare certified professional midwife, maybe the only one that has never used drugs. But I am still a certified professional midwife, along with the traditional midwife. I believe that midwives that are using these legend drugs and machines should have a bill, should have a case, should be mandated to do that. And I believe that the easiest way is put them underneath ACNM. Now I know the ACOG and ACMN doesn't want to do that, but there's no way you can pay the fees, especially how insulting for us to read that you're going to pay the board fees on penalties. What do you want to do? Just get these midwives out there, and have you ever gone up against boards? That is so unreasonable. And if there's only, they said there were 13 midwives in SD1, that would be this. That's not true, because I'm one of them and I will never do that. Because I can't, if I was, then I'm not a traditional midwife. And traditional midwife is number one for me. That's who I am. That's what I carry genealogically. Okay, so as a CPM, you have no right to take that away from me too. So what are you gonna do, a court case? And let me tell you that we are strong fighters. We're not gonna just sit back and go, okay, well you guys can have your way. That's not gonna happen. We've been doing this since the beginning of time. So, and this is a world thing that's happening. So when you look at the fees specifically, how come there's still no numbers in there? And if you're going to put up something like $15,000, how much do you think a traditional midwife makes? Or a CPM? How much do you think an OBGYN? They can't get enough OBGYNs over here. Why? If they wanted to support and do it, $50,000 for insurance. So why are you trying to outlaw and get rid of midwives? Do you want more deaths? You're going to hear my son, the ER doctor, talk about this. You want more deaths? Or is it your kuleana to protect? Isn't a bill to protect the public, the mothers, from the midwives? So put us up there and look to see who each other was. totally culturally insensitive at all. In 2014, Josh Green said, do a task force. You know how many times I called the OBGYNs and ACOG and all that to get that together? Did that ever happen? How many more calls could I have made? Did we do it on our end? Yes. So why are you persecuting us again in history when we did our jobs? Can't do it. This is going to be lawsuit after lawsuit, and I want to know too from you, Mr. Chair, are you responsible? I'm not done.
Ms. Claire,
no, you can't.
We apologize.
It would help if you had
No,
given
I'm not
us...
done. I'm not, yeah, I'm going to finish. Just give me another few minutes.
Let me finish. It would help if we had your papers.
You'll get these papers. But I have a right to testify.
But we also have others who would
I
like to
understand
testify.
that. That's right. And your kuleana, as legislators, is to let us testify. And when someone pays
Within
$350, that's right.
Within
right,
rules.
our rules.
No, not your rules.
So
Okay, Claire, thank you. We're going to take a short recess. I can
Then
work
I'll
with
be
you,
right
Claire.
back.
Okay, short recess.
You want to meet with me at short recess?
No, I can talk to you. Okay, we're gaveling back into the 8:30 a.m. Claire, thank you very much for your understanding and agreement. Please continue.
Okay, so I want to know the definition of how you came to midwifery. I'm going to try not to repeat anything, but when you look at 1, 2, 3, and 4, supervision of the conduct of labor, how they progress, which ways does that mean? Because if I took the knowledge as a CPM and worked as a CPM, I don't. But if I did and used those drugs, that's going to be very different. Those answers are very, very different in here. So and the other question, who did you meet with? If you're going to make a decision in 2 days, you better make a decision to have a task force like Josh Green said to do. Because I know you're under a lot of pressure to do this, but this is not right. The other thing is, who are these powers to be? Powers and duties of the director and into other powers. And because who are these powers? We need answers on this. Who makes the decisions for us, for this community? And they have all this power to have meetings. When you guys have a meeting, you say you're going to have one meeting. Where is that meeting? I mean, this is 2019, and that you keep the outer islands out of this is just sad. Because it's a lot of energy. There's 1,000 people behind me if you don't see me from the outer islands. And this is, so we're in the meetings, it needs to be every moku and every ili, every island and every district. That, I believe, is by law, and I would encourage you to look at the Department of Health, because the vaccine thing has had to go this and that. When Obama said it has to go to each place. So this has so many mistruths and lies in it that if I pass this, I'd probably be in prison. But you guys will probably get a raise. So
Claire, please.
I'm not done 3 minutes.
Okay, but Claire,
Don't take my 3 minutes.
Okay, time out from her 3 minutes. Claire, we do this with respect for every side, so please.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Just to make laugh.
Okay.
You laugh, you change your hormones.
Okay,
so
thank
I won't
you,
make
Claire.
any jokes.
Okay.
You don't understand Medicare. This is okay. So the fees, exactly how much will that be? When you look at the resuscitation, again, if you looked at a traditional midwife's way of resuscitating, it is so, it does nothing that the resuscitation that CPR does. Our ways are very different. So please look at who we are.
Claire, I want to thank you for your testimony.
You and I will make some jokes later.
Right, and you're on 3 minutes, so thank you very much. Appreciate you did great. Thank you. Thank you. So members of this committee and testifiers at the table, thank you again for being here. And again, I apologize. I'm trying to be as sincere as possible. Let's try to follow proper decorum. This is not anything about race or hate. It has nothing to do with hate. We just want to work together. I was going to recommend that we make a decision after this hearing on the bill. However, seeing so many voices here and looking at the hundreds of testimony, we realize that we really need to go and connect with all of you and our committee members and the Women's Caucus to truly define if we have a bill or not. So without saying yes or no, I think we need to be prudent and take a time out. So I would defer decision making for today and possibly come up with a decision on Thursday if we're able to get consensus. So we do hear all of you talking. We just humbly request that you remain respectful to each other, for or against the bill or comments.